It's the Google Criminal Intelligence. You now watching Heritage Hip Hop. Subscribe to it on YouTube and all the digital outlets. Let's go.
Peace and blessings and welcome back to Heritage Hip Hop. Y'all haven't seen this look in a long time, so you're welcome. I'm bringing you something very special. And one thing about Jersey, not only are we special, we're that hip hop that you need, that you really didn't know existed. So now we're gonna bring your future favorite artist to you today. Introduce yourself.
Man, I go by the Go, man. This is my label, Criminal Intelligence, CEO, Playboy, and my artist, Magoo. That's Magoo. Let's go.
All right,
Gang, Camden, we in. Rico, Free Rico, RP Dave. Gang.
All right, well, thank you for giving us the opportunity to interview you. Because a lot of people think that there's a fake thing going on, North Jersey, South Jersey, and then we got this fake thing called Central Jersey. You know what I'm saying? But when you really look at the game, Jersey would be like gold. And wherever you go, there's something special there. Tell me about 609 in that area and why you represent it the way you do.
I represent 609 in the 856s. That's where I come from. You know, born and raised, Camden, New Jersey, Centerville, CDP. You feel me? I just represent it because that's where I come from. I can't be fake. Like, you know what I mean? I'm authentic to the tape. We 100. You know, these niggas kind of real. They ain't all the way 100. You feel me?
These niggas kind of real.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's deep though? Camden has always been thrown away when it came to the
music.
No, not Jersey. Period. As a whole.
I know.
Let's do some history.
That's because they scared.
Let's do some history. In the 70s, Camden was known as one of the places where people of color went to escape the bullshit from the militia mob type government thing.
It was an industrial city.
Exactly. That's where the money was.
Yeah, for like factory work and all that. Yeah.
So people got away and then they settled and they started making their own industry. Then crack hit in the 80s.
Yeah, fucked it
so
up.
then that's when the war on drugs turned into let's get rid of people of color out our state. So you know people went to Lawnside, they went to Willingboro, they went to Burlington, you know that thing. But Camden, being home to a lot of the people who were struggling,
shout out to Lawnside.
They tried to take Camden off the map. Like now that's just the bad part. Then in the 90s. We had, the stolen car, Capital North, and then the influence of New Jersey Drive and everything in Camden was
one of my favorite movies.
Camden was one of them hard areas that you had to be special or you had to be accepted to be there. You couldn't just go to Camden. Shout out to my Camden people.
Yeah, shout out.
And then in the 2000s, in the Wayne Dipset era, that's when Camden was labeled by the then governor of New Jersey as one of the most dangerous, degraded cities in the state. So the state had a war against Camden when it came to the economics, the school. They even tried to turn Rutgers Camden into a community college because Rutgers didn't even want to give it money because it was a state thing going against Camden.
I remember that.
Yep. Being from that mud and representing that, how did Camden groom you to be the man that you are and to make you keep fighting and not just take to whatever they said you were?
I came from nothing, man. When you come from nothing, you know what I mean? You got an extra push in you, you know what I mean? I want my son to have more than me, you feel me? I grind so hard so I could make it to the top and then put my family in position, you feel what I'm saying? So everybody can eat and everybody can be happy because I grew up in a household where you didn't know when your next meal was happening. You was hustling at 12, 13 on the block, taking 120 packs, 130 packs. I grew up in that life, you feel what I'm saying? So I know how I feel I know the appreciation of $1. So that's why I grind so hard. And that's why I go so hard for this. Like, we gonna make it, ain't no choice.
I love that because at the end of the day, that's what hip hop is. Hip hop is not, yo, I rap. Who the fuck cares if you rap? I personally don't.
Yeah, who the fuck cares?
I personally feel that if you do hip hop, you got a voice, you have a purpose, and you deserve to be heard. Why do people need to hear you, not just listen to you?
They need to hear me because we got a message, you know what I mean? We ain't just rapping about stuff that so-called make-believe stuff. We rapping about stuff that's real shit, reality rap. Everyday people can relate to us. We ain't talking about race and all this other stuff that we ain't got. Like, yeah, I got a Rolex, but we worked hard for this Rolex. You know what I'm saying? This was grinding day in and day out.
And I'm gonna get a rate because I'm gonna work hard for that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I manifested I'll be here, like talking from being homeless to being here, you feel what I'm saying? So that's why people need to listen to me, because I got a message.
But isn't that the purpose of life, period?
Yeah, life is experience. I feel like life is your best teacher. You feel what I'm saying? Like, without experience, you wouldn't know nothing.
I think people know more about you than you know about you, though. You think I'm right or you think I'm wrong? Tell me what you think. This is an interview, but I dialogue. I like to talk.
I like that. I like that. That was a great question. I ain't never been asked that question in my life, to be honest. But I think I know me the most, because you really know you to the T. Like, you know all your secrets. You know all your habits. You know what's your vices. You know your good and your bad. You know you to the T. I feel like nobody know you like yo.
But there's two things that you own. One thing that you give away and one thing you can't get back. That's your name and your time.
Right.
So people know you by your name.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the point of your rhyme, because you want to be known so people know you one of the nicest out.
Oh yeah.
But the thing about time is you have to make sure that your time is preciously owned and well spent and well invested.
In value.
And the thing about it is, thousands of songs come out every day. I got a new song. Like I said, me personally at this point, I'm like, so what? I don't really care about your song. I care about you as the individual, because I think because you have a story, your story will make people want to invest in you than you just telling me you have a song. What is the most impactful lesson that you learned that made your song so hot?
Impactful lesson is you gotta lean on yourself, man. And I learned that the hard way. You know what I mean? Going through tribulations and all that. You know what I mean? When I was leaning on people, it wasn't working for me. When I was focused on other things, trying to help people, I'm a Libra, so we try to help out everybody. We try to make everybody's situation better before we think about ourselves. But 2020, I put myself first, and I got it lit. Everything's been lit.
2020 has been one of the hardest years
For everybody in life, but good to me.
I'm like,
It's a
I'm glad you
blessing.
said that.
It's been good to me.
Because 2020 started with Kobe dying. That right there was like the biggest
I cried like a
shell
baby.
shock.
Never
God.
forget 2020.
Yeah, that was the biggest shell shock ever. Like,
Never.
my generations, we had our shell shock moments, you know, even like, just to put one out there from like, just this memory standpoint, when the buildings came down on 9/11, everybody knew what he was. When Kobe died, that was the beginning of the downfall of the year.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel like he was like the Matrix of the world. Like,
Yeah, R.P. to Kobe and
yeah,
GG.
R.P.
But
Jelly Bean.
from that month on, it was loss. But to the people who were already at a loss, it was gut check. Because now, due to the, shout out to the greatest president that ever lived, Donald Trump. Shout out to him, because, yeah, look at me, we're going to talk about that.
Whoa.
We're going to talk about it. Because of Donald Trump,
Can't,
you will agree with me by the end. I'm going to tell you, just listen to me.
Nah, you just cut me, bro. You just poked me up doing that.
Good. That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm very interested. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
We're gonna talk about this.
Well, let's go to
that orange.
Let's go to that, and then we're gonna go back. From Donald Trump's presidency, he showed you not only how evil the country is, not only how empowered evil is, he gave you the spotlight. Like I said, 2020 was gut check. Because he called us niggas to our faces. They said that we don't matter. They said all that stuff. So now it was, oh, I told you all that. Now what are you going to do? See, the purpose of the hip hop generation is not to make music. The purpose of hip hop is to have a voice and to show the world you matter. So because he told the country you don't matter, 2020 was good for you because you showed the country you matter and you stood on your toes and you stood strong. Agreed? So that's why he's the greatest president, because he didn't do good. He put the spotlight on you, allowed you to do great, not good. What is the greatest thing you did this year?
Really just get it lit. Like, you know what I mean? The greatest thing was, you know, my accomplishments. You know, I just moved into a new condo in a nice area. You know what I'm saying? Just grabbed my first horn a couple months ago. You know what I mean? I bossed up. You know what I mean? Just a year ago, I was homeless. Asked people for money and house hopping and shit. You know what I'm saying? So look, we got it lit. We chilling. And my music doing well. Like, you know what I mean? Interview at the interview. You know, getting played all over the country. You know, my team, we here. My son healthy, he don't want for nothing. I can't really ask for nothing. You know what I mean? I'm blessed.
Those are all beautiful things, but the most important thing you did was survive. And you put yourself from survival mode to living mode. Because see, when you survive, you're running from something, trying to make it. But when you live, you're at the liberty of discretion. And now we need you to get to artistic freedom, because when you're free, you don't have to ask for shit, you just do. And that's the point. And that's the point of you being an artist.
Real hip hop. Real hip hop. We here. Real hip hop. For real. Real hip hop.